All right, John, also, we have to get the volume. It's
Too quiet.
It's a little too quiet.
Okay.
Even in the morning when I sat in on the meeting we had, I had to buy more real.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you could put the microphone.
Did that have a volume on my camera?
Yeah, it's the microphones, or the microphones in the camera.
Yeah, it's everybody.
Yeah.
Well, once we get the other camera up and running, that'll be great.
Yes.
Well, you look marvelous on TV. Still,
Yeah.
you look marvelous.
Don't talk.
Thank you.
Take it away. So, yeah.
The promotion, are you going to associate? Yes, mate. Okay.
All right, let's see. Look at it. My phone's there, so it's working now.
Get you there, the street on here.
Say that.
Last go.
I always offer.
Well, Bella always. You could take us back to the same restaurant?
One request. Sure, they already.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's done. They've already made the arrangement.
I don't know where it was.
I don't know, it was a couple blocks that way.
They asked what day we want to go, they didn't say where.
No.
Last year we didn't where before we left. So it's early, this is still.
Yeah.
Oh, you went away. About 2, 3 weeks away.
Has to be. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's got 102 acres.
All right, remove your hat.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing while we mention those who have passed since our last meeting. Judy K. Garlinghouse. Christopher H. Pinkerus. Leon Ware. Roll call, Mike.
Here.
Joe.
Here.
Johnny.
Here.
Bill.
Here.
We have a full board tonight. Fire exits are right behind me here. Don't use the elevator. Don't go down the stairs. If there's a problem, you go this way. Correspondence, I believe there is none. And at this particular time of the meeting, we have petitioners time. Anybody that's sitting in the building here has the opportunity to come up to the podium, state your name and your concern that you want to share with the public. And we're on Zoom. That would be also anyone wants to do that there can do that. So if anybody wants to come up, that's your gentleman.
Oh, you can come up.
So
Good evening.
Good evening.
I believe you're Anthony.
Cipriano, correct.
Right, so we have your,
You got my email from today?
right, and Tyler, our town attorney.
I have
That,
copies of the
if you wanna-
preliminary survey. It's
Sure. Thank you.
sent the PDF. Like that. Yeah, so I'm here on behalf of my client, Michael Van Ema, who is building, in the middle of building a house on his property, or it's actually his mother-in-law's property on off of Yeagerville Road. It's 103 acres. The reason we are here is because the property has no road frontage. It's been served by a right of way, for probably for almost forever. And now he's building a second house on that property. He wants to create a separate lot and separate the ownership for his new house. So the only way he could subdivide is with, you know, creating a right of way to get into it.
So to start off by disclosure, Mr. Van Veen is a client of mine, so I'm familiar with what he's proposing to do, so. Our zoning law, and most town zoning laws say that you have to have road frontage in order to build. Or you can have open development, so open development means you're building off a right of way. And most town ordinances say that it goes to the town board first, and the town board says, okay, we have no objection to open development for this parcel. And then it goes back to the planning board. The planning board decides whether or not, you know, the slope of the road, the logistics make sense to allow a right of way to get to a home. A lot of times it's multiple homes. In this particular instance, it's just a single home, which is on property of his mother-in-law, and the properties that it goes through to get to the house he's building are all properties that he owns himself right now. So the only thing that this board is being asked to do is to say, we have no objection to open development for this project.
And then the planning board.
Then the planning board actually decides, you know, move the right of way, or it's too steep, or it's gotta go 10 feet more to the left, or 50 feet more to the right, or.
But it's not something that's not allowable on its own.
Oh, no, it's totally allowable. It's just the first step is that the town board has to say, the town board has no objection to open development for this project and referring it to the planning board for further action. It happens maybe once a year if we get something like this.
I think last year we had 3 of them.
Okay. Couple times a year.
So, you need a motion or?
Yes, I need a motion to,
Hold on, Joey, this question?
Sorry, just one quick question, just so I understand. So the lot one is essentially what exists today, owned by the mother-in-law. And
Right,
lot two is a proposed new lot.
right. Well, lots 1 and 2 together currently are one lot.
Understood.
That's everything that, Mrs. Lorich owns, who's, Michael's mother-in-law.
Understood. Okay.
And they have a house below.
Yep.
And they've always used that portion of the driveway to get in there, and then he's gonna veer off of that driveway to go up to where his house is currently being constructed.
Got it. So this is essentially existing. This gravel
Yeah,
driveway.
well, yes, the driveway is in already, all the way up to the new house as
Okay.
well. It just hasn't been, you know, finalized up by the house. It's all construction vehicles coming in and out. It's all mud right now, as you can imagine. But,
Thanks for.
yeah,
So it'd be deed, well, deed is the right word, but the 8.14 acres would be lot line adjustment or deeded off?
It would not be a
It's
new
a two-lot
lot. It would be a
subdivision.
2-lot subdivision.
this is the first step. If you declare this an ODA, an open development area, then we can go back, then we can go to the planning board and submit it as a 2-lot sub. Those will be 2 separate lots out of 1 existing currently.
that's pretty clear, yeah. Okay, anybody have any other questions? Bill explained it properly, goes in front of us, and look at it. The planning board's gonna,
The town board hereby approves open lot development for the Lorch lot, and refers the matter to the planning board for further consideration.
Think Joe has.
Something to that effect.
You have a question? So who made the motion? Apparently, wait, wait,
Bill made the motion,
I'll second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, Tony?
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you'll, somehow the planning board will be notified, or? How does that go? And would you like copies of this for the?
Planning board will be notified, but you gotta have to contact them.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, we'll do the whole application, but you'll notify them and you approve the
Yeah, for the
ODA.
minutes of the meeting.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Tony, you wanna hang on to that? You wanna do that one back?
You can have.
The planning board is probably gonna wanna see then the members of the planning. board.
Yeah, but I can always run more copies, copies.
It's come off your road anyway, right?
Excuse me?
Driveway's coming off your road.
Yes, it's the existing,
That's the county
it
road.
currently is went up to this house
Yeah.
here. And he's put in a new driveway now, that's an existing driveway,
It's on Jaeger Road, so
correct.
not town, but Jaeger Road, the county road. Yeah, and it's already there. It's there, yeah.
Right.
It's where that big house is being built.
Yes, that's right here.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna be huge. It's got like 7 bathrooms or something, like a television. You can keep that, right?
No, it's not.
Wow.
Somebody else.
Okay.
7 bathrooms, we love it.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Right, yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, have a good
Keep
night.
going.
Yeah, that would come in handy.
Okay, so,
Promise don't put food in my table. Watch.
that open development questions, resolved, at this time, we'll go to, county attorney concerns,
County attorney.
Yeah.
Attorney, I got 2 promotions and one.
that was a test, and
No, I have no concerns, we haven't already.
He's like, really, he's a
Okay.
good attorney, he does attorney of everything.
all right, so we'll go to the agenda, the town board has no budget on it, so number 1 is no. Number 2, the town board to approve bills as audited, we do have Bill, Joe, and myself doing the,
I'll make the motion. Second.
Bill makes a motion, Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve the minutes of the January 4th organizational meeting, the January 4th regular and audit meeting, the January 18th regular and audit meeting. The, number 6, the minutes of the January 22nd workshop meeting.
I'll move 3 through 6. I'll second it.
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds it, 3 through 6, all in favor?
Aye.
Those motions are carried. Number 7, town board to accept retirement letter from Diane Stalter, town of Warsing Justice Court Clerk. The retirement will be effective as of March 29th, 2024.
So move. Second, with regret.
Bill makes the motion and Mike seconds it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Town board to appoint Angela De Aiuto to serve an unexpired time on the Joint Historic Preservation Commission. Her term will expire on December 31st, 2025. I'll move that.
Second.
Johnny makes a motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve Hope Alive 8:45 to sponsor an event at Linden Park on June 22nd, the rain date to be determined. So move.
Second.
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. 10, town board to approve the payment of invoice 23-2702-8 in the amount of $12,996.89 to Delaware Engineering, DPC, for the town of Warsing Highway Garage.
So moved. Second.
Mike makes a motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye. Money for engineering. Yes.
Yes.
What do we do?
11, town board to approve invoice 202-401-63 in the amount of $675 to Advanced Testing Company, Inc. The new highway garage and rehabilitation project.
So moved.
Mike makes a motion, Bill, Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to authorize the supervisor to execute change order number 5 for J&J SAS Electric, Inc. to draw down from the 90,000 allowance per specification of 12100, section 3.3A.4. For modifications issued in the CCD number 11 and 12, the amount of the drawdown is $9,105.87. Remaining balance of the drawdown will be $36,919.34.
So moved. Second.
Bill makes the motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye. What is that all for? I mean, is that water, sewer,
Lights.
garage?
It's adding 12 bay lights.
Yep.
Number 13, town board to authorize the supervisor to execute change order number 3 for National Water Main Cleaning Company Cohasset Wastewater Collection System, Phase 2, CDBG project number 1215, PR 167-22. For modifications for elevated platform for new controls by the subcontractors. This will increase the contract value by $10,834,000, $10,000. I have everybody's attention. $10,834.82 for a revised contract amount of $700,995.57.
So moved. At 10,000, please.
Second.
Mike makes a motion and Joe seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. 14, town board to approve the payment application number 4 in the amount of $164,905.58 to National Water Main Cleaning for improvements to the Carhonkson wastewater collection system, phase 2, CDBG project, 1215 PR 167-22.
So moved.
Mike makes that motion, Joe seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve invoice 961.63 in the amount of $27,329.11 to Megan Bockenegger for the rail trail design document for New York DOT and CHE Central Hudson. So moved.
Second.
John, Bill makes a motion and Johnny seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to approve the proposal from Exterior Pro Builders, the amount of $6,215 plus an additional $100 per sheet of plywood if needed for the roof repair at the schoolhouse located at 1200 Ulster Heights Road.
So moved. Second.
Bill makes a motion and Mike seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
This is something that's been going on for a couple of years, a little bit overdue, so there may be some damage to the plywood.
All right, number 17, town board to approve the 2024 dues in the amount of $50 for the Ulster County Associations of Town Supervisors.
So moved.
Second.
So, Mike makes a motion and Johnny seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. 18, town board to approve the purchase of an air compressor in the amount of $10,571.48 from Ingersoll Rand for the highway garage.
Is this,
So moved.
is this for the new garage?
This is for the new garage, and he's getting it now so that they can plumb it in with the garage.
I'll second it.
rather
Bill
than-
makes a motion, Johnny seconds it.
Mike,
All in favor?
Mike second.
Mike seconded
Unless
it.
Johnny really wants to.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried for 18. 19, town board to approve the following events for the town of Washington Recreation Department. Kids movie nights at Ellis Central School, last Friday of every month, cost not to exceed $63 a month. Youth program, Monday and Friday, cost not to exceed $40 a week. Senior program, Tuesday and Thursday, cost not to exceed $50 a week. Spring Fling Easter egg hunt, March 23rd, cost not to exceed $3,000.
So moved.
Second.
John makes a motion and Bill seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
No, sorry,
Carried.
the location we talked about, are you still looking at a different place? Or-
Yes,
Okay,
I put in a building use of another school.
All right, thank you.
we're looking at possibly moving that Easter egg hunt to the school so that some individuals that don't drive may have an opportunity to attend it.
Yeah, that's right.
What event did we have at the school last year? Wasn't that?
No, we did,
Trunk or
you
treat?
mean, yeah, trunk or treat, we also did.
It wasn't a nighttime situation. It was a daytime situation in the back of, on the field.
That was a barbecue carnival at the end of that.
All right. Well, my number 20, town board to authorize the recreation director to advertise for the following positions for the town of Washington Recreation Department 2024 summer appointment. All right, so, this is what we do every year about this time to get the staff, in place for the season, okay?
So move.
Second.
Bill makes the motion, Johnny seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Town board to authorize the human resource department to advertise for the position of automotive mechanic of the highway department. This is a full-time position, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 40 hours per week. Starting salary $26.74 an hour. The applications are to be returned to the human resource office by noon on Wednesday, February 21st, 2024.
Tony, are we losing somebody?
Well,
Yeah. Okay.
In fact, one of them, we never, we hired, he left last year, we never hired him, and I got some people that sick. I don't know what's going on, Mike Young is gonna be retiring in May. So he's got time to burn up. So I'm looking down the road.
I'll move
Bill, Mike makes a motion and Bill seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Number 22, town board authorized the Human Resource Department to advertise for the position of motor equipment operator, or MEO, at the Highway Department. This is a full-time position, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 2:30, 40 hours per week. The starting salary is $25.67 per hour. It's a union position that would go up after, I believe, it was a year and a half.
Here,
Up to a year.
CEO, right, Tony?
yes.
The applications are to be returned to the Human Resource Office by noon on Wednesday, February 21st, 2024.
I'll move it.
Second.
Mike makes a motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Number 23, town board to approve TJ Brawley, code enforcement officer, building department, inspector John Evansack, code enforcement officer, to attend a class entitled Class 1 Fire Alarm and Basics and Class 2 Fire Sprinkler Basics, given by Tri-County Chapter of New York State DOC on February 28th at the Castle Fun Center. The cost of the class is $80 a person. The town vehicle will be used for transportation.
So move.
Second.
Mike makes a motion, Donnie seconds it, all in favor?
Bill, I was gonna say, that was a fun little place to hold it. Those guys is something else.
Everybody wants to go to that.
Yeah, I've been there.
All right, so 24, town board to accept bids received on Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. Town board to accept bids that was received on December 27th, 23, at 12 noon in the town clerk's office for road materials from the following contractors. So the listed contractors, Bill makes the motion,
Second.
and Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. 25, town board to award the bid for road materials for the town of Old Worthing Highway Department as follows. 209 materials for sand at $7.49 a ton. JML Quarries Inc., item number 4 at $11.25 a ton. Callahan Industries Inc., item 4 at $11.35 a ton.
Why,
Why to,
why is it on it twice?
Because I think you did it from two different places. If Callahan don't have it, then sure I can go to the other one.
Okay.
And JML is closer to Callahan.
where's JMO? What is that?
White Lake.
What, like,
Do we need to correct the Callahan, it's just a typo.
no, that's.
It's Callahan.
Callahan.
Everybody says Callahan.
Tony's pronunciation, Callahan.
It's more of a, yeah, it's,
Yeah, JMO.
In the past, we found out, Callahan sometimes is busy, so we have to go someplace else.
No contest.
and,
Coming in, come down 10 cents a ton.
Well, it was longer distance, so I had to save the money going to JPM, JPL, and going the other place. It's close.
number 26, town board to authorize the supervisor to execute the final grant application paperwork for Joseph Flagg Resnick Airport Project Install AWAS 3 part-time PT weather reporting equipment.
So moved.
Second.
Bill makes a motion, Mike seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
That motion's carried. 27, town board to authorize the supervisor to execute the pre-grant application paper for Joseph Y. Resnick Airport Taxiway A North Pavement Rehabilitation and Connector Taxiways Reconfiguration Construction.
Bill,
I'll make a motion.
Joe makes the motion,
second.
Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. 28, town board to authorize the supervisor to execute the final grant application for Joseph Y. Resnick Replace Runway 4-22 Pappies and Reels Design.
Make a motion.
Second.
Joe makes a motion, Bill seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion's
Before I
carried.
talk about the airport, has anybody found out about the, dump truck we got down there? Can
We'll look into when it can be,
we should find out if we can get this vehicle?
Yeah,
That was,
Joe and I were down there the other day discussing that.
that machine's way too big.
we can talk to Madison tomorrow.
I think we should find out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only got 5,000 miles on this truck.
we've had it for a long time and we don't use it a lot and we visited this topic before. I don't know if it was next year or this year that we could do that, but there was a time frame that they actually mandated that we couldn't do it, so couldn't do it. So we'll find out what that be next.
Is that to move it to a different department or?
No, just sell
Not
it.
last year.
Just sell
Number 29, town board authorizes town clerk to advertise for proposals for an independent fee estimate for the taxiway A North pavement rehabilitation and connector taxiway configuration at the Joseph Y. Restaurant Airport.
I make a motion.
Yeah.
Joe makes a motion and Bill seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. There are no other motions that we have that are not on the agenda, correct?
Yeah.
Nothing. No, okay.
What the labor attorney? Nothing?
Nothing,
All right, we can start with Tony.
Okay. I looking for the two guys. Right now, it's probably gonna be three. Because we do have some sick people. We don't know what's going on with them. I know one guy's retiring. And I heard through the grapevine, another guy might be leaving to go someplace else. Today. So, I'm gearing up for,
Long-term individual or?
no, no. That's one of the things.
All right,
The other thing is, we got snow and ice out there. People call. You have no frost in the ground. They kindly dig up their yards. Dirt from the edge of the road. They gotta understand, there's no frost in the ground. It's hard. It's very hard.
Very soft.
Soft. No, it's very hard for us. Very hard to plow soft. If you sit,
There.
sit in my phone, listen to people cry, which I understand. Yeah, we'll be back, it's our fault, we'll fix it. The biggest problem I'm having, fellas, is mailbox. And half the mailbox is a post of rock, right away. So a little snow hits it, they fall over, you hit my mailbox. Now, these mailboxes, some will get very expensive. I think we're gonna come up with a thing for you guys to put a law out there. What does it cost?
It depends on what.
Depends on the
mailbox they have.
That mailbox you got downstairs and had here for years, that was, they said it was fully destroyed. That was a $50 mailbox.
Is there any code ordinance to keep it X amount of feet off the road or?
Most of the towns don't replace mailboxes anymore.
No, you have to have it closer to the
Yeah.
mailman.
It's the post
yeah,
office
post
that
office.
regulates.
Yeah,
Right.
height and.
Right.
distance.
Height and the distance off the road.
Yeah, we've got other issues. If we've got heavy slush hitting them, so close and they're old, they're gone. If they're not cemented in the ground, they're gone.
This year we got two mailboxes, pavements here and a mailbox right there.
Yeah.
Not on the edge of the pavement. It's supposed to be at least 24 inches back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, I'm surprised, there's nothing.
Or nothing to say that you have to keep it in good order as well, which would include the ability to withstand a plow passing by.
I know we put a thing in for fences, but I'll put people for fencing on the line, we got it in the thing, if you hit the fence, it's not the town responsibility. I mean, we should do something, every time.
Well, that's a setback. That's a setback set in the village, in the town code. And it should be enforced as a permanent post of the fence.
We made a law a long time ago, we hit the fence, not our responsibility. But I think that we should do something about mailboxes. Get to the point, the right away, one of them is so bad, they have rocks built in them. All right? Little snow hit it, knocked it over. It's rough. I got pictures of the mailbox.
You would pick it back up,
Yeah, we had to pick it.
we didn't pay for new, we just stood it back up basically.
No, when you post in. So this is past, before I got here, this is how we've done it in the past. I think it's about time to change it. I got a whole list of things. Other townships, the state and the county doesn't come, we're right away, goodbye.
all right, so provide us with what you have in as other places and now we'll look at it.
Other than that, I'm good.
Bill Brown.
last week we met with, an individual on Gray Street with Tony and Terry and myself and discussed, water runoff issue there. Tony sent some men up there to do some remedial work there. And then, I don't know what the long-term solution is, but there is definitely an issue there. Lots of water and lots of individuals pumping the water into the street, causing icing conditions in the winter, and we need to come up with a plan for that.
Yeah, it was the energy.
Recreation, we met with the village, Terry and I, one day last week there regarding, lighting for Burnrow Park. We met with a contractor there for induction lighting. The cost was about, $30-some thousand.
Close to 40.
We have to, and that does the ballpark and the, playground equipment area. So we have to see at the end of our grant there if we have any money left over to work on that. We also discussed the paving of the courts, and Mike Warren was going to check in with the company that did Rosendale courts, which he did. And unfortunately, they contacted back and said that they recommend that we involve an engineer in the process, which could potentially considerably increase the cost of doing the courts and eat up money that we could be using for something else. So Mike is going to try to work something out with the engineer that did the Rosendale courts and see if we can use some of that information at less cost. Joe and I toured the airport there to give him a feel of what's there, and there are some things there that the truck we discussed about replacing that, and also there's a lot of fence areas that need to be replaced, so I'd like to speak to that grant writer there and see if
Yeah, no, how long has it been since we did that fence? Was it 10 years ago or longer? The perimeter fence at the airport.
Yeah, and then we did,
And that was grant.
replaced the back part of the fence a couple of years ago, and we did flood it, knocked
yeah,
it.
so,
Yeah.
this is on the front side by the building. And I'm going to be talking to the accounting office because there's a couple individuals down there who are storing planes there. And it's only $65 a month. There's one that owes over $1,000 and another one owes over $900, which I think are ridiculous, that we should get them to pay or remove the planes. I don't even know if the two planes in question are even worthy enough to fly at this point. They look like they're,
Antiques.
yeah. And the transfer station there, we looked at an issue up there where the concrete, I don't know what you call them, those big,
Jersey barriers.
no, the big square blocks that they put there to hold the wall, up, retaining blocks, I guess, or something like that. They're not even, so that the roll-offs don't get close to to them, and there's a big space between there that people could fall into. So they're looking at maybe pouring something when the weather gets better for the concrete in there between. And the recreation department, we have a lot of things going on there that we never had before. We have youth programs starting on Mondays and Fridays from 3 p.m. to 4:15 at the Trudy Resident Barber Building. On the 9th of February, we have Valentine's Day Kids Edition in the Ellenville Elementary cafeteria, where kids will be able to decorate cookies and make some Valentines. Our senior program runs every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the numbers are really picking up there. We have over 30 individuals now taking part into that, and that's between 11 and 2. The senior citizens are gonna be having their Valentine lunch on the 13th at the Trudy Resnick building. Movie night at the Ellenville School, it's at the school, right? No, sorry?
At the assembly room.
Yeah, at the school, right? Yeah. On Friday nights, the first Friday, the last Friday of the month, February through May. And today is the last day for the early bird special rate for camp registration. The early bird rate is $325. Starting tomorrow, it goes up to $400, which is still a bargain. When you consider that daycare is at least $250 a week. How many registered birds? Over 100, right? Registered now? Oh,
We are completely full in Boston, which is pre-K to first grade.
wow. And that's, everything that I. And don't forget the Black History Month, the month of February. The Black History Breakfast at
Beautiful.
Unity Hall on Saturday. It starts at 9:30. We're going to be recognizing 4 individuals. John?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Just a couple of things. So on the Parks and Trails, found out that there's a tree down across the rail trail. The trail stewards are aware of it. They're working on it, getting it cleaned up. Thank you to those folks that let us know. And just another note on the my liaison with the assessor's office. Had a really lovely first meeting today to understand how that department is functioning. There is a lot of work that needs to be done around this time of year. There are over 200 different property tax exemptions that can be filed in New York State. And our assessor team needs to go through all of those, validate them, and get those reported up. I think by April 1st, I believe, is when all that has to be completed by. So a lot of work is going on to get those things done. A lot of senior tax exemptions. We have the firefighter tax exemption now as well, which really proud of the town for passing that to get more volunteer firefighters. So a lot of work has to get done there. The assessor's office is one of the departments that I believe also helps us continue to build our tax base. So making sure that they're supported is really important. Over to you, John.
Go.
This past Friday down at the Warsing Water District, we had the generator testing, and fired up just fine. So it was nice to kind of see, not quite online, but did it hold up to any power outages. And then the self-test will be Mondays. I believe Jim agreed on 10 a.m. So self-test itself once a week. As far as Napanock or Hodgson, a couple issues that were already addressed, whether it was flow meters that are in the works, some pumps that need to be addressed, but I'll save that for another time. But anyway, just doing some research, getting documents needed for that. No 911s there. I also met with Holly, the assistant for the water and sewer departments, and got really an idea of what she does on a day-to-day basis, some challenges, and kind of connected a lot of dots for my new role. So I appreciate her time today. Accounting with Terry, we have a meeting on Tuesday with the auditors, correct, from Monticello. So I'll get up to speed with getting a glimpse of their world. Airport, Mike Cedar took time out of his day to walk us around and show us all he does, from tree care to painting to, I mean, he jack of all trades in his world, so, you know, impressive, his, you know, what he's able to do there and, what he's able to save the town, being as efficient as possible and, you know, a ton of in-house work, so I appreciate all he does, and he was recognized recently by the sheriff's department, by Sheriff Figueroa a couple months back.
Yes, Mark Figueroa came to the town hall, give it to him right here. Nice.
Yep. Very nice, and, ambulance, just get caught up to speed. I'll spend time with Mike on that in the near future to get an idea, so.
They're still helping patients.
One note on the ambulance service, the Snowball Regional Hospital Foundation Board every year picks someone to honor at their annual gala, and this year we decided to choose the local volunteer ambulance corps. There's, I believe, 5 different ones that we're doing. I know it's definitely Ellenville, Crompton, Osceola, that's a couple of them. And the other, this year we changed it. We're also gonna add an individual, which is gonna be Dr. Dave from the PA at the emergency room, which kind of goes right along with the rescue squad. So that's gonna be October 6th at Walkville Country Club. More to follow, but we've had them, the rescue squads on there for about 10 years. And we're trying to figure out a way to do it without slighting someone or, you know, that you, and finally we decided we're gonna do like 5 volunteer in the area there. So.
That's good.
You said that.
Oh, my turn? Oh, okay. As far as emergency services go, typical time of the year, we're fielding more car accidents and chimney falls and anything else, some CO2 calls. Just want to stress again, it is winter time. If you have a house where there's a fire hydrant in front, we ask that you please try to keep it clean. It's not your responsibility. We're just asking for as much help as we can possibly get. There's a lot of fire hydrants between the village and the town. We're just asking for the people's help to keep them clean in case there is a fire. Building department, they're still moving pretty steady. They're of course not as busy in the summertime. Permits are still coming, inspections are still doing. We're gearing up more for fire inspections, and we have a training, our building inspector and code enforcement officer. We're going out for some more training for sprinkler systems, which we'll definitely be running into some of our inspections. As far as the highway department goes, Tony, once again, I say it every meeting, great job out there, keeping us safe, keeping the roads clean during storms. You guys are all times of day and night, really appreciate that. I'm sure other people do too. I made a comment last month about people being out in the cold, and it raised some flags, which I'm glad it did. It's one of the main reasons why we had the conversation. I spoke with John Gavaris, who got me some information from the county. These numbers are from the county, not just hearsay. From 11/1 to 1/18, there were 3 transports that Ellenville Police Department did. Transport on Christmas was to the Colonial Motel in Warsing. Then they also did one to the warming shelter in Kingston. They did one to Route 209 near the CYM. So luckily there's only 3. I'm happy there's only 3. The information that first came out, there was a overabundance of people that were out there freezing, but I'm glad it's only 3. I wish it was 0, but 3 is a lot better number than the first numbers that were given originally. So as Johnny said, we had a meeting today with Renee in the assessor's office. Johnny kind of got a feel for what she's going through in there. One thing I just want to mention that Johnny didn't mention, the very positive outlook with the information she's getting from the village as far as the building permits coming in a timely manner. A lot of information that was missing in the past is now being entered in when the original permit is filed and when it's closed. So now the assessments can be done accurately now instead of chasing people later on down the road. That's all I have this evening.
That's good news, Mike, thanks. So the airport, grant, situation, Bill and I will talk to Matt Nissen from, Pastoral, Engineering, I don't. Syracuse, I think that's it? Yeah, Syracuse. So, we can put us on the right track. So, yeah, Matt's been with us for a long time. And, so we have tell us in a second that there's an idea that we have that's gonna fly, a joke, airports.
Oops.
It didn't land, it was.
I'm here all week, I'll tell you.
Really good commenting about it.
Plenty of free parking out front, folks.
And, we're gathering information on the short-term rentals. So we had the public hearing 2 weeks ago, as you know, and on the 15th, I think it is, we're gonna have our second public hearing. And we're working with the county and the assessor's office, and we're getting someplace, and we're gonna have a lot of good information at that point. And, the lighting that Bill was talking about for the Burn Road Park, we did meet at the village. We met with John Fanini, Orange County, business that does induction dark sky lighting, which is kind of interesting, right? Bill?
Yeah.
They put down, they had the light above us like this and put that down on, they had the light itself and they put it this over the lights and it's still projected above. Which to me, not knowing too much about that induction lighting, I thought of dark sky lighting, which is a lot healthier, a lot better than LEDs. I say healthy because you mentioned about there's been incidents of people or young children or whatever just staring at LED lights that could possibly have become a health issue. So, and the price was around 40,000 for the lighting, and it included 56 lights.
Wow.
And
They're big ones.
they're at least this big by about that long. And 56 lights, about 40 grand. And we have a plan possibly that the IDEW contract, union that represents the highway, transportation and water wastewater. The president of that is looking to possibly do the labor for us.
At the apprentice.
An apprentice, yeah, so that could cost zero. Good. And if that works out, that'll be a fantastic situation. Sure.
And they also come with the polycarbonate, lens
Yeah,
for vandalism,
yep.
even though the ballpark ones are high up, the playground ones aren't that high.
Yeah. That's about it for tonight. Okay, everybody have a motion to?
I'll make a motion to adjourn, usually what I do.
Second.
Okay, Mike likes to make a motion. Joe seconds it, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Don't take my adjournment with me.
Yeah, those are his.
All right, Tony.
I look forward to every single beat.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
No, baby.
Yes.
Take care of my.
You got the applications?
Yes, I got one, shredder tomorrow.
No, I was the door.
When you find out.
Somebody breaks in the office now, they see that information.
Who's breaking my arm?
Search it.
Stuff on you.
Garden log. Good one, Joe. Good night, all.
Come on, Joe.
What does she do now?
You're only about maybe what, 300 feet away?
I'll walk down.
I'll
Couple.
pull it on top.